Newer 12 is an exhibition that's been running for the last 3 or 4 years, and it's really designed to showcase new graduates from the universities. This year we've chosen graduates from Monash, RMIT and VCA universities, and it's really just to give them a launching block, if you like, a place where they can showcase what they're doing at the moment and give the new artists an opportunity to have a show. This year we've chosen 5 artists, 2 from Monash University, 2 from RMIT and 1 from VCA. In the show we have Lisa Emmett, Mark Savoya, Takahiro Maeda, Nellie Rogerson and Melissa Matviev. And they work across all different sorts of materials. We have collage, we have sculptural work, video work, and we have behind me some photography. And the artists really, you know, it's about them exploring different materials and really working within the concept of what is new and how to go about showing your work. The young artist Takahiro Maeda is from Monash University, and what he's produced is some really interesting photographs, really about self, I guess, about himself. And he's produced these little photographs where he's taken images from when he was a child, maybe the age of 5 or 6, little black and white images, just passport-size photos. Then he's worked with this concept of who am I now, and he's produced these really large photographs that you can see behind me here of Takahiro now. You know, this is him at the age of 21, 22, I think he is, showing who he is now. Now the images are reproduced with the same clothing that he had on when he was a child, well, similar clothing to when he was a child, and similar sort of stances and poses as well. Also from Monash Uni we have Nellie Rogerson, and her work's scattered around on the floor here. She makes these really interesting sculptural works, which are really kind of materials that you'd find in any hardware store. And it's the real interesting combination of these materials and the tension that is inherent in all these materials that makes it really, really interesting. And there's plaster, there's marine ply, there's all sorts of different fabrics and materials that she uses. From VCA we have Mark Savoya. Mark Savoya is just on the wall over here, and he's been working over the last couple of years with images from fashion magazines, but they're not current. They've got a real history behind them. You know, there's quite well-known people, but then he dissects these fashion magazines, cuts them and rejoins them to make up these really interesting compositions. And I think his work, although it's collage, it's very painterly. It's really interesting how he puts these works together. They're beautifully presented as well with the marine ply and the perspex. Melissa Matviev's work in the gallery 2 is some video works where she has the kind of videos of feet in stockings, and the stockings are dancing around really dangerous looking objects, scissors, upturned screws, there's broken glass. There's all sorts of interesting, dangerous objects that these feet are doing this little gentle dance around, and it's compelling because it's, you know, when you're standing there with your stockings on, you should not be standing near scissors or glass or screws. So it's really, really interesting. And there's a sexual connotations behind her work as well. The work is titled Pink Bits, so I mean that's quite obvious. And also the way the work is displayed, you have to sit on a chair with your legs spread, so the video can then pass through your legs. So you can view the work with the video passing through your legs. So there's all sorts of sexual connotations. On the outside of the building and in the front here as well, we have Lisa Emmett's work. And Lisa's playing with the idea of redheads. She's a redhead herself, and she's been collecting images from billboards and magazines as well, and she's combining these in interesting ways. They've got a real street edge to them. You know, they feel like something that a billboard that you might walk past where someone's torn off half the billboard and they've just left a remnant of the billboard. And there you have your redhead. You know, it could be a model from a hair commercial or something like that. But it's really interesting, and the way that she's displayed them is interesting as well, because they are on the street. They're in a little showcase on the front of the building. So, you know, I think it's really interesting.